you there? Okay. So, we're going live because people have been telling me that on our Facebook page, one of the most recent posts with the dairy eye infection that I talked about last week, I hear there's a lot of comments and I haven't had a chance to see or reply to any, so I figured that you guys could help me. If you want to follow along, you're more than welcome to go onto your computer, onto SympathyatSlaughter. This is the post I'm talking about. So, Taylor's here. He's the one that told me, he was reading some of the comments out loud, as someone said that I probably didn't record this footage myself, that I captured it, took it from a vet's office or something. What am I doing to help this animal? So I'm going to answer all those questions. Some of the comments are really supportive. Max says, do not have enough words for these very poor girls, so damn sad. It's so true. Most humans suck. It's also kind of true. Yes, they are. Nothing good comes from this daily. Nothing good. Maybe you can tell me what people are saying. You can read along. Aw, thank you. Love what you guys do, because I always miss your comments whenever I'm reading and looking at the screen. So Taylor's going to be my guy. Thank you, Hannah. We're so awkward. I don't even care. Evil people don't have feelings, my heart, savage humans, use, abuse, torture, the murder of innocent, helpless, defenseless animals, savage human beings, eat the flesh of dead animals. Barbara, that was a lot, but I love Facebook because it's so, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, you can write whatever you want. In this case, unfortunately, some people have taken to write things that aren't very pleasant. There's one right here. This is the caption that all you guys reacted to. A lot of people posted in your stories. How can someone just think of steak when they read this? And then right next to it, sorry, but I love steaks. Someone's trying to correct me, saying, spray paint them green, what? And that cow has an infected eye, which is exactly what I was saying. Also, they are udders, not breasts, which I'm not sure what to say about that. Udders and breasts are interchangeable to me. It's just a species differentiation, which isn't enough to set us apart. So whenever I see a cow's udder, they're their breasts. They have all the same functions as human breasts, and I just wish that people would make that connection. You stop breastfeeding whenever you're 3 years old, max? Most people don't stop breastfeeding their entire lives, in all reality. Okay, someone accused me of anthropomorphization, which is a term that I am familiar with, despite my lack of ability to pronunciate it. Yeah, whatever. Again, it's all just a matter of, your perception. I don't think that I'm telling anything that's not true what's happening to the animal. Yeah, I was trying to create something in your mind that's you looking through the eyes of the animal, and imagine if that was your eye, imagine if that's your life, but empathy and compassion is how we're going to reach people. So, and then we have someone saying, instead of treating the cow's eye, let's take a photo of it to promote our agenda. So, as you guys know, I honestly don't have a lot of control over the welfare of the animals that I photograph. Obviously, I would do much more about it if I did have that control and ability. This was just at the experimental farm that we went to last week. As soon as we walked up, the dairy cow, her name was Katie Ann. Katie Ann, we saw her, like, we've been to the experimental farm twice now to collect footage and just bring witness to what they're experiencing. So the first time that we were there, I did notice that her eye was red, but it was not like it was that one day. And I did ask the girl that was there, I said, what's wrong with her eye? Like, what's being done with it? Like, oh my gosh, like, I don't really hide my emotions whenever I'm there. But I do speak kindly to the people, which I feel makes them respect my questions and answer them. And she did say that the vet was looking at it, but I don't know. In these situations,
Well, she was quite embarrassed. She is the caretaker, so, like, making sure the vet was coming in to take care of it. We had taken photos, yes.
I hope that the vet did take care of it, though. We are going to go back. I might go tomorrow or the next day and check up on little Katie Ann. Beautiful mother that's still standing in the same place, in the same situation, probably with the same eye infection, and that's only if they haven't discarded her to the auction house and sent her to slaughter. You got, hey Francis, Hannah, thank you for all your support. It's so sweet. I know some people aren't willing to evolve. Animals are better than us. Like, come on, if anyone has a cat or a dog, any pets, like, I'm not placing pets above other animals that we don't consider pets, but whenever you have a pet, it's just such an opportunity to get to know an animal, and if you have the opportunity to visit a farm sanctuary, that is one of the best opportunities ever. I go to here because Taylor and I have spent a lot of time with Esther the Wonder Pig and Wishing Well Sanctuary. They have a ton of animals there. But Esther the Wonder Pig, I'm sure you all follow her on Facebook. She is just... yeah. I wonder. I'm reacting to, I should message Katie from Rancho, or Caitlin from Rancho Reacts, and tell her about Katie Ann. I wonder if the place that we go, it's a part of the Agriculture Museum, I guess, in Ottawa, where we have a ton of museums. It's an experimental farm, so whenever they take them to auction, we're not even allowed to go to the auction because we've been accused of not being farmers. They make it so complicated for us, like, to even do anything. I don't know, and it's just so silly. Why just because we're vegan are we stopped from helping these animals? Like, I wonder if someone was just there, like a dad or something, brought his kids to the fair and it's like, wow, that animal, I have a hobby farm at home that I would like to take her to sanctuary to. I wonder how they would react differently in that situation than to, like, us. Anyway, Laura just yeah, we are liking Ottawa. We have a much more sunny apartment. And, yeah, no, we love Ottawa. It's so sad that the canal is closed already, though. Dun, 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 dun. So Laura just reminded me of the haters that we are talking about today. I'm just going to keep going on these comments. The next one's wild. Dairy cows kill their babies. So it's good that they're taken away from them. Dairy cows produce too much milk that they'd kill the baby. With that, if they didn't, they'd crush it. Dairy cows are also treated like giant bovine queens, and I know that many who go to retirement on a farm once they finish milking, they also love the milk machine. They get excited for them. Please don't spread false information. Like, did you guys just take any of that in? Every single thing she said was false information. Yeah, people are nuts. I'm sorry, like I said, I haven't gone through these comments, so I am truly in shock. Dairy cows kill their babies. They produce too much milk that they'd kill the baby or crush them if they didn't. They're treated like giant bovine queens. They go to retirement on a farm once they're finished milking, and they love the milk machines. Guys, those are 7 of the most absurd facts I have ever...
Nothing I've felt when being around these animals. The discomfort that you see alone, too, when a cow is being pumped as well. It's like, they're very numb to it, it feels like. Not numb, but like, it's very...
You kept on calling me over whenever all the dairy cows were lined up, and you're like, look at, like, this one really doesn't like that she's being milked right now. Like, they try to kick it away, like...
It seemed to go pretty quick from what I could tell, like, where we were at.
It did, but that's on display. I feel like they just milk them quickly there one by one so that people can see the milk process, and then after it's closed, like, they milk them at their leisure, right? It's only what they expose to the public. So I just need to confirm some things here. Dairy cows have extremely beautiful, potent, like, outstandingly magnificent connections with their babies. It's one of the most unbelievable mother-daughter connections that I've ever witnessed. Dairy cows do not produce too much milk. They're artificially inseminated with, that's the wrong thing. They're given hormones, and then they produce way too much milk, and it's given to humans, but it's not natural. Cows are producing, like, I forget the statistic, but it is something wild. Like, I don't even want to guess because it'd be insulting, but you should Google it. It's free from harm. Like, how much do cows produce now versus naturally? And it would shock you. They are not treated like giant bovine queens, as anyone has seen on my account or on any account exposing animal cruelty. That is the most insulting thing I've ever seen to these bovine queens, that they are not being treated as. And they do not go to retirement on a farm once they are milk dry. Oh my gosh, no. They are sent to slaughter, as you've seen. Like, the time that I've spent at the slaughterhouse, I said to someone last week, like, I never thought that I would see so many dairy cows. You see dairy cows just as much as what you want to call, like, beef cows, cows used for meat. And that's exactly what the dairy cows use. I'm sorry, I'm such a scatterbrain today. No, you see so many dairy cows at the slaughterhouse in transport, trapped in these trucks. Their babies as well at the slaughterhouse. They're killed and they're sold for cheap hamburger meat. That's not retirement on a happy farm. Someone said, don't project human emotions onto animals. Makes this entire argument flawed and incorrect. That's something so interesting that I've actually been reading a lot about in an essay by, let me just get it up here because I don't want to say it wrong. An essay by Mark Beckhoff. It's called Wild Justice, Social Cognition, Fairness, and Reality. And it's all about animal emotion and how we cannot measure their cognitive abilities and intelligence against our own. Like, their realities are entirely different. They're sentient beings in the most unique way that we need to admire instead of just disregard. I'm sorry, I'm just going to read some of these comments. Get on such a rant. Yeah. It's wild, like the...
Yeah, no, what I read about the justification, that's one thing I had heard is we all justify something to go to bed at night.
Yeah, the lies, like, that these people are maintaining and the truths that they're unwilling to take in. I was just on a dairy product brand's Instagram, and they surprisingly showed photos on their account of dairy cows standing in filth and getting milked by machines in super tiny crates. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not surprised if you go to some of these accounts with people that are now on Instagram, like, promoting the dairy industry because they figured out that social media is a tool. It's wild what they'll do. I saw, honestly, a photo. A young girl had her fist, like, elbow deep in a cow, and it was a selfie, and it was like, I think I look cute. Might delete this later. She thought she looked cute, like, doing that to a cow. It's just, I don't know how, I feel like we have more in common with these animals. I don't have anything in common with these humans. I don't know. I just have to say that. So Laura, when I was younger, a book about farming was read to me. It said milk was made from cows who had too much for their babies. That's why we drink it. This was a children's book. Yeah, that's how the lies are maintained. And probably on the back was like a seal test, like Canadian Dairy Farmers of Canada logo or something like that. It's the mass media and like advertising that goes into this is, it's so sad, and sometimes feels like this will never end because of how deeply ingrained our culture is. I know. They do feel the same emotions. It's so true. Yeah, and you just saw that today. The selfie of it's wild. Oh, and thank you. Someone Googled it. So naturally 3 to 4 liters of milk per day versus 30 to 40 liters of milk per day because of humans. That's wild. Tips on going vegan.
Patience, regard for an animal's emotions.
I love, Taylor actually was not vegan whenever we got together, but after a few months of me just like cooking him meals and us going out to like my favorite vegan restaurants, you just naturally made the switch. You were like, well, I'm eating vegan like all the time. Why wouldn't I just commit to it? And then we went to the March to Close Down All Slaughterhouses, which was in Toronto. And I think that day just really inspired you to like get involved. You're like, hell yeah.
You're not really going to do that march and like not commit, right?
Yeah. Well, so those are a few tips. Veganize your favorite dishes. If you don't have a partner or like friends that are willing to get involved, like hold a vegan potluck in your community, like a meetup, see who gets involved. Just, I don't know, integrate yourself into like this new, I don't want to say the word community again.
But yeah, allowing yourself to see other people who are being active or just going out there and just being moved by others and seeing the connection that they have if you're not able to share that connection with an animal right then and there.
Veganize your favorite meals. Go to vegan restaurants. Get active. Watch vegan documentaries.
Documentaries for sure, yeah.
And follow vegan Instagram accounts. Those are my 5 tips. There's like a million, honestly. You should just look up someone who has written more on this subject, but I think those are 5 pretty good tips for now.
Yeah, there's like that new smoking campaign, never stop quitting, never quit
Never
quitting.
quit trying to quit.
Yeah, it's the same thing with veganism, right? Just
Yeah, that is honestly, thank you, Taylor. That's the main thing that I always say is don't be too hard on yourself. Like, if it takes you a while to cut out things from your diet, or if you're living at home with your parents, or if you just honestly don't even know where to start, like, be easy on yourself. Don't think that you're not, like, perfect because your life doesn't look like all these, like, perfect vegans on Instagram or something like that. Just take it one day at a time and do the best you can, and before you know it, all of your, like, habits, and if you integrate like all these new recipes into your life, I feel like it'll all just come together. Like, it's a lifestyle. It's almost like dieting or something. People say you can go on a diet and whatever, then you drop it, you gain a bunch of weight and all that stuff. No, to make a real change, it has to be like a lifestyle change, and you have to be patient. Do it over a couple months, couple weeks, a year. Like, start with. Anyway, so I'm just going to keep on reading some of these.
did our video go black for everyone?
No, it did this last time. Whenever I get a call, my screen goes black, but I don't think you guys are black. Can someone confirm that you can still see us and hear us? If not, we'll have to start over, but that's okay. Not start over, but, you know. Can you still hear us and see us? Oh,
Okay,
good.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll just look at a black screen and read your comments. Yeah, it is honestly good that it's almost it's a blessing and a curse, obviously, but every cloud has a silver lining. The silver lining is that these people are ignorant enough to show the abuse and make it so that people who are even just curious or have an inkling about what's going on, they'll they'll see it for themselves on these accounts' pages. Like, Caroline, it's crazy how people are so offended to vegans when they're only trying to help others. I'm 15 and my family makes fun of me all the time for it. It's crazy how people try to hide the truth with jokes. Wow, it just breaks my heart. I'm so sorry. I hope you and Laura's animals can, like, become friends, because I believe she's around your age and deals with that same stuff. So girls, please, like, send each other a message. Oh, that's awesome. A. Kumar 1986. Hubby went vegan recently because of my influence. It took him a while, but he finally let go of his habits. Gets easier every day. Exactly. Dun, 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 dun. Aw, okay, you guys are awesome. I feel like we are at the end of the comments anyway, so we can be at the end of this video. Thank you for joining us. The last comment that I want to say is, like, they're accusing this of being fantasy, not reality. Everything that I witness is the reality. You guys, I never post footage that's not my own. Everything that I post on this account, I've seen with my own 2 eyes. It's absolutely heartbreaking, but it'll leave some pain in my heart to be able to share it with you, and I just want to thank you guys all for following along on this journey, because you're the reason why I keep going. You got anything, Dad? Okay. Enjoy your day. Bye.